kickoff return. He's such a special player. We call him the cleanup man because right there he had a bunch of people around him and he made it look great. He cleaned it up. He made the first couple of guys miss, and then his athleticism just went to the next level. He struck out with his speed, and he had one guy to make miss there, or X would have had 6 points on the board.
Centurions start at the 34-yard line of Henry County. Cole Hodge in the shotgun. He's going to give off to Copenhagen on the first play. He breaks through on the left side. He's got an opening, and he's going to barrel his way down across the 20 to the 18-yard line. Nice run to start the game.
I've been really impressed, all season with the play of the offensive lineman. Just that is just a clearly example. There was not any type of penetration there in the backfield. So really a great job with the offensive lineman there. Just some solid technique there. They got wide stances. Their hands are inside, and they're driving people backwards.
Messer split out to the left side as Hodge goes under center. And it looks like he's changing the play. Hands off to Copenhagen again, and he's going to be grabbed and taken down at the line of scrimmage. It looked like number 52, Nick Peed, in on that tackle. And it's going to be no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Centurions. Beautiful night for football, as we have had great weather as a whole year, it seems like, for our football games. Been very, very blessed in that area.
Definitely very blessed in that area. Good weather, lots of great winds. Just makes that ride home that much sweeter.
Messer splits to the left side. I believe that is Heidenreich or Ballard on the far side. I can't make that number out. Play action, looking for Messer. Gets him at about the 20. Does not break a tackle. We don't see that very often. Good tackle by that young man, number 17, Morgan Wilson, just a freshman. Gets down to the 11-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 2 for the Centurions.
A good tackle there by Morgan Wilson. I guess on film he's watched a lot of these guys because Easton Messer is just so shifty with his feet, and they're tackling him high, and he's lowered to the ground. So in this instance, the coach, he seems like he's been coached up to just go low, take away his legs, and that's a high probability of stopping the play.
Double backfield for the Centurions. Hand off to Copenhagen. Big hole up the middle. Now he cuts to the left side, and it's a touchdown, Centurions. Making an 11-yard run for Gavin Copenhagen on the 4th play of the game. Centurions quickly go up 6-0.
They seem to be very comfortable, as you can see, running the ball against this team. They're coming out. The defense is having a 5-man front. We're getting a hat on a hat. And also these offensive linemen are having an opportunity to get that second level, Mike. Get hands on those linebackers, create that space. And what a nice finish there for the touchdown for Gavin Copenhagen.
Dylan Cornett in for the kick. It is up, and it is good. And the Centurions, with 9:49 to go in the first quarter, go up 7-0.
Christian Academy of Louisville wishes to thank our athletic trainer from Court and Norton Sports Health, the official sports medicine and rehabilitation providers for Christian Academy of Louisville. We would also like to recognize Dr. Lawrence Schaefer with Ellis and Bodenheisen Orthopedics for volunteering his time at tonight's game. Norton Sports Health offers the area's most comprehensive sports health program, from concussion management to orthopedics to mental performance. To learn more about how Norton Sports Health can help you play harder for longer, visit nortonsportshealth.com.
Well, a great way to start the game for the Centurions. Getting that opening kickoff, 4 plays down. Centurions drive 34 yards in 2 minutes, 11 seconds, ending with that 11-yard run by Gavin Copenhagen. That is Copenhagen's 5th rushing touchdown of the season.
And we didn't get a chance to hit on it a lot, Mike, but one of the keys to the game for the Centurions tonight was just making sure Gavin Copenhagen finds the end zone. And he definitely has done that on that first series and really just show his durability. I hope to see him get some touches in the passing game with McRoberts being out tonight.
Cornett with the kick. He's going to kick it off to the side. Grabbing it is Kevin Wicks-Flowers. He's coming up the right side, gets through a couple of tackles, and finally knocking him down is Connor Hodge, but a good return for Wicks-Flowers.
Yeah, Wicks-Flowers there, you often hear this talk about as a special teams coach. You have to make somebody miss. The Centurions were in their lanes. He made one guy miss, and that's just creating an alley for additional yardage there. So I'm sure they'll look to get that cleaned up and just reinforce having to make sure on impact, on first touch with these kick returners, we have to bring them down to the ground.
Ball on the 37-yard line. Sam Royalty, the quarterback, a really tall young man in Centurions with a penalty. Trying to get in there a little too quickly for the Centurions. Samuel McCown. That'll be a 5-yard penalty against the Centurions.
And that's definitely not the way you want to start with a penalty. But, hey, I don't blame them. You know, they're ready to get in there. They're ready to take on somebody besides themselves after a week long of practice. So they're anxious to do so.
Jacob Cummings, the running back there with Royalty, and he's going to get the opening run, and he's going to break into the secondary and get across midfield down to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, one thing to look for here, it's interesting there in that shotgun formation with one offset back. The Centurions are with a 4-man front, and they have that linebacker. They have 4 linebackers. They have one sent out to the strong side of the ball, and it looks like they're trying to take advantage. Henry County's trying to take advantage of that.
Twins right, Twins left. Royalty in the shotgun, Cummins to his right. Hand off to Cummins again. Copenhaver's going to bring him down. That is not Cummins. I'm sorry, it's Trenton Hardy. I thought it was number 3. It is number 2. And he's going to get about a 3-yard gain across the 40 to the 39, make it 2nd and 7.
And if you're Henry County and you're starting to get positive yards on these plays, you're starting to build a little bit of a confidence. And kind of what we're seeing there now, they feel comfortable running the ball, and they're running it right up the middle. So our defensive linemen are going to have to get some stronger penetration there and not allow that momentum to take place.
Royalty back to pass, throws a pass, completes it out to the left side. And then about 10 yards after the catch, completed catch is to, I'll tell you in a second, to number 23, who's not on our roster. So it's the infamous number 23 with that completed pass. And a first down for Henry County.
Yeah, nice play there. He found him what I call in the back end in that soft zone. Just a nice little throw, touch, pitch, and catch for some positive yardage.
Hardy to the left of Royalty this time. He's going to get it again, and he's got another hole up the middle. And he's going to get about 8 yards on that drive. And Henry County showing they can do about anything they want to with their offense right now.
Yeah, it all starts with the guys up front. Right now, the guys up front, you know, for Henry County are pushing the power back, and our defensive linemen are definitely going to have to continue as this game evolves. Just do a better job of not allowing them to get their hands on them, getting through those gaps, and really having control.
2nd and 2 for the Wildcats. They are moving the ball. Royalty's going to keep this time, and he's going to get the first down. He is brought down from behind by Gunnar McKinley. But he's going to pick up about 3 yards, only needed 2, and Henry County is their 3rd first down of the night.
Yeah, and with this power running that we're seeing so far here at Henry County, it looks like they've been coached to just make sure they keep those pads out up front, not running up too high, and really protecting the football. So they're trying to make sure they continue to do that, especially here early in the game.
Ball on the 14. I think we're going to have an illegal procedure against Henry County. Hardy was in the backfield and started to go out for a pass before the ball was hiked.
Yeah, and we'll take that. That's their first negative play thus far in the game offensively. So you have to capitalize off that now. You're moving the chains in the backward direction. Now you got to pin your ears back if you're that defensive line, that front 7, and you have to create some turnovers, get those balls out of there, get the ball out of those running backs' hands, and just make sure you're more aggressive.
1st and 15 for the Wildcats. Royalty. Now he's going to pitch it off to Hardy going on the right side. He's going to pick up about 5 yards, pushed out of bounds by Copenhaver. It's going to be 2nd and, let's say, 10 for the Wildcats. Trips to the left, one receiver on the short side to the right. And we're another illegal procedure as Kevin Wicks-Flowers takes off before the ball is hiked.
And you have to wonder, they've had 2 of these penalties here late in the drive, if there is a cadence or if there's some type of miscommunication out there with the receivers and those backs going out there in motion. Everybody else seems to be intact. Quarterback, lineman on the same page, but these skill guys, especially in this package where they're having twins to one of the strong sides of the field and double backs, there seems to be a bit of confusion.
Royalty back to pass. Let's it fly. Oh, tipped and out of the hands of Gunnar McKinley. Pass was intended out there for number 23, but McKinley goes high to knock it away.
And that's how you draw it up. I mean, McKinley's been coached and he's taught if you get free, especially when they're passing, you got to get those hands up, disrupt the passing lanes, and just see if you can try and get you one. Therefore, a nice play to bat that ball down and not allow them to convert or pick up a first down.
3rd and 13. No doubt it's probably 2-down area. No field goals for this team this year. They've only kicked 2 extra points on the year. Royalty back to pass, looking. Here comes pressure. He's lobbing it in the air, and it's going to be knocked down. Double coverage back there. Easton Messer, Connor Hodge. Pass was intended for Jacob Cummins, but tight coverage over there. I thought we were going to have an interception for a second.
Yeah, Connor Hodge, he was there stride for stride. He had a couple of interceptions last week, and he's just been really good in the pass coverage. You had a high safety on top, especially with the speed of Easton Messer, to be able to get over there and disrupt the ball. So you trust either one of those guys to be smart and make a really good decision there and not allowing the offensive receiver there to make a big play.
4th and 13 for the Wildcats. Ball's on the 17-yard line. And we're going to have a timeout by the Wildcats, I believe. We have 7 minutes exactly left in the first quarter. Centurions lead 7-0.
Planning for a family gathering, tailgate, or social event with friends this fall? Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe can cater your next event, providing fresh and delicious options. All recipes at Taziki's are made daily and inspired by Mediterranean cuisine. Their catering menu features their famous signature pasta, grilled chicken roll-ups, hummus appetizers, healthy sides, salads, and desserts. They can also create Taziki's feasts for families on the go. Order off the Taziki's app for curbside pickup. To learn more about Taziki's, visit tazikis.com.
Great place to go. I highly encourage visits to Taziki's.
Absolutely, especially on Friday nights for me. That signature pasta is my fave.
So you go before the game or after the game?
Well, I hadn't had a chance to go lately, but generally before the game.
Okay, a big situation here. Centurions, they got the Wildcats backed up on a 4th and 13. Deep in Centurion territory. Royalty back to pass looking. He's going to throw it long. In the back, going to be incomplete. I'm not sure if he caught it or not or just went out of bounds. Good tight coverage by Isaac Patrick, and the Centurions will take over on downs.
He had a lot of time there. There was not a ton of penetration there by the Centurions defensive line. He made his reads and his progressions there and just couldn't quite complete the pass. So luckily for the Centurions, he had a couple of penalties there on that drive to really slow down that momentum, and then the defense made up the difference in their effort and their plays on the back end.
Centurions take over on their own 17, 1st and 10. Play action. Hodge looking to throw. He's got Messer out on the left side. Catches it, breaks one tackle. He's going to have the first down as he out across the 30 to the 33.
I knew it wasn't going to be long before they tried to get the ball in his hands. That first drive, they lined up and just tried to go man for man and really run the ball and establish that. They had success there. So now let's loosen up, try to get some more points on the board with some of those quick strikes. And Easton Messer certainly has that quick playmaking, that striking ability.
Ball marked on the 32, 1st and 10 for the Centurions. Hodge, hand off to Copenhaver. Tries to get out on the right side. He does get out on the right side, and he is off to the races. He's got one man that can catch him, and I don't think he's going to do it. Gavin Copenhaver. a 68-yard touchdown run.
That's great. I mean, that was absolutely a great effort, and he cut the Jets on, Mike. You know, I can't say we're used to him being more of a bruiser. I think at one point I referenced him to Mike Allstott in terms of his ability to really run folks over. But there, you saw his durability and his speed on the outside as he went for that 60-yard touchdown.
I'm going to tell you, Mike Allstott couldn't run that fast.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Cornette in for the extra point. It's down. It's up. It is good. And 6:19 to go here in the first quarter. Centurions go up 14-0. They've had the ball twice and scored each time.
The Cal softball team will be hosting its annual all-you-can-eat pancake breakfast on Saturday, November 13th from 8:30 to 11 a.m. here at Cal. Tickets are $7, and you can purchase tickets from any softball player. Proceeds benefits Cal softball. I know, Mike, that's generally one of your favorite times there.
I'm loving those pancake breakfasts. I'll be back, and I'm going to go check who number 23 is real quick. It's Kyle Gillingham.
So next week we have the Sales there. We'll be playing, so we look forward to playing that game before we'll have a bye week before taking on Western Hills on October 22nd. And then we'll finish the season senior night against Eastern. So looking forward to the final couple of games of the season.
Kickoff is up. It's going to be a Wicks Flowers again. Comes back up the middle, and this time the Cal special teams are going to answer the call and hold him back to about the 21, 22-yard line. Kyle Gillingham is number 23. So no longer will you be referred to as number 23, Kyle. We got a name for you now.
And I'm sure if his parents or anyone's listening, they sure do appreciate that. So great job by you, Mike, getting us an answer.
He's number 45 on our roster. So he almost got split in half on the number side of it. 1st and 10, Henry County. Royalty in that shotgun again. Hands off to Hardy. And he's going to power his way for about 5 yards.
Seems like Henry County is very comfortable just giving the ball to the running back in the shotgun formation right up the gut. You know, the tendency a lot of times in these teams that are really good with running the ball, and we talked about that earlier in the pregame, they're averaging 226 yards a game, and they seem to be trying to spread the defense out and just take more defenders outside of the box, and particularly as you talk about the box, those D-line and those linebackers.
Ball on the 27. I was a little confused there for a minute. The scoreboard has him back 10 yards farther. Royalty is going to keep it this time, and he's not going to go far. He gets out to the 30. Make it a 3-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 3, it looks like.
And I like the adjustment there by the defensive coordinator. What I saw right there on that play that kind of slowed the momentum down of that run is those defenders were lined up, head up over the offensive lineman, and right before the snap, Mike, they shifted into the gap, which allowed them to get greater penetration there since they haven't had success with that early in the game.
3rd and 3 for the Wildcats. Hand off to Hardy again, and he's going to be hit behind the line, and he's going to be brought down. About 5 Centurions in on that tackle, and it's going to be 3rd and 3 or 4 now.
And you like that. You like to see a bunch of white jerseys when you cut that film on. Everyone's attacking downhill, being really aggressive with their hands, and pushing the pile in the opposite direction right there.
Tip of the nose of the ball at the 30, so it'll be 4th and 3. It looks like Henry County's going for it.
And I'm a little surprised here, considering that they have not had much success the last couple of plays in the run game. So I wouldn't be surprised if they motion and do one of those rugby-style kicks here with the quarterback.
And as you say that, Royalty goes back, gets it, and lets the punt go. And it's going to kick it away from Messer. Messer tells everybody to clear out of the way, and that ball's going to roll to about the 28, 29-yard line in Centurion territory, and that's where they'll take over.
Yeah, we're starting to see more and more of that, of these quarterbacks that are being coached up in practice to kick those rugby-style balls. And what that does to the defense, it kind of offsets. You don't have a chance to really set up your punt return, and especially when you have a dangerous returner like Easton Messer, like back there, you're taught kick away from number 4, and just let us fly down there, down the ball, and we'll get back on defense.
So Centurions will take over on their own 29. They have ran tonight 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plays and got 2 touchdowns out of it. Ballard split way out to the left side this time. Play action. Hodge looking to pass. He's going to go long. He's got Messer, I believe. It is caught. Messer breaks 1 tackle. Is going to be brought down about the 7-yard line.
It really doesn't matter who it is, whoever's trying to guard him or defend him, I will say. It's going to be a mismatch. And the coaches have pretty much seen that so far tonight, regardless if he's lined up opposite their bench. That time he was lined up on the outside toward their bench. And just a beautiful completion there on that play.
But take that completion away. We got a holding penalty against the Centurions. That's pretty impressive. Number 3, Jacobs Cummings, could even catch up with Messer to bring him down. He had a touchdown-saving tackle, but there was a touchdown-saving penalty on that as well. So Centurions will go back 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So the ball is going to actually be placed at the 15-yard line. So that's going to be first and about 25 for the Centurions. Now Messer splits to the left side. Hodge going to roll to his left, looking to throw. Now he's going to throw Messer Ballard on the comeback, but over his head. And that's going to be incomplete pass. You know, I noticed this field seems to have a bigger crown in the middle than a lot of fields we play on. So how big a difference is that for the quarterback when they're coming? I mean, you're basically throwing literally downfield at a downward angle when it's this crowned.
Yeah, it definitely messes with the trajectory of some of the balls, especially on a lot of these bootlegs, play action, these quarterback rollouts where he's having to throw on the run. It could be a little bit deceiving there. So I would imagine as the game continues or even at halftime as they make that adjustment there, they're going to go more to the outside or catch those receivers running in the slant and just hit them with a post.
Hodge in the shotgun. Back to pass, looking. Now he's going to throw a screen to Copenhaver. Copenhaver, lots of room, cuts out to the left side. And he's going to finally be brought down about 3 yards shy of the first down. So make it a 22-yard reception on the screenplay all the way out to the 40 or 37-yard line. It's really hard to tell where the down markers and everything are on this field.
Yeah, I really like that play call there. Henry County has been crowding the box and sending extra defenders because we've definitely had great success in the run game. And Coach Campbell said, hey, if you want to bring that pressure, we'll release it, and we'll just throw a quick running back screen outside, to opposite side of our field, and they had success there on that play.
Ball on the 37, 3rd and 2 for the Centurions. Hand off to Copenhaver. Avoids 1 tackle, trying to get to the outside. He has the first down. He's brought down by Wicks Flowers. And he is just shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
He's running with a lot of confidence. I don't know how many carries he's had so far tonight, Mike, but every carry that he's pretty much had, he's run for positive yardage, and he's finishing plays. He's not leaving anything on the table. Once a defender engages him, he is definitely moving them in the direction that he is moving toward.
Gunnar McKinley split out to the left side with Ballard and Messer. 2 receivers to the right. Hodge going to keep it, though. A quarterback draw, and he's going to wind his way across midfield to the 45 before he is stood up and brought down. Wicks Flowers with the hit. Make a 7-yard gain, 2nd and 3.
It's very interesting to me, Henry County and the defense. You would think with so many weapons and the fact that Easton Messer is so great at operating in space, they would go to more of a zone look to really try to defend in the passing game. But they go in single man coverage with a safety high over the top, and they're just hedging their bets on the pressure that they're going to be able to get up front. And so far, it hasn't worked well, so we'll see if they make the adjustment there. But plenty of opportunities for the Centurions in the passing game.
Hodge going to run it to the left now. He's got Copenhaver out in front of him for the block, and he's going to get the first down and down to about the 30-yard line. So Cole Hodge's number called for the run, and that's going to be about a 15-yard gain, make it a 14-yard gain down to the 31. Oh, that is a flag. I thought that was the ball here for a minute. So flag down right where the play ended. Centurions are walking back.
It's nothing more heartbreaking than after a tough run as a quarterback to have the ball called back.
It's going to be a hold on the Centurions. It's a spot foul, so it happened right about the 31 or 32. It's going to bring it back to the 42 and still be enough for the first down.
I often wonder, even as a player, like when they call these holding penalties, did it really impact the play? Because it seems like the quarterback was past the spot where they actually threw the flag. Should that be taken into consideration? And also looking at some of the mechanics, especially from these receivers, they're doing an excellent job because you don't have a successful play like that without having great blocking on the outside by your receivers. They're looking at their hand placements, whether their hands are out or are they inside, and how long are they engaging the defender, and obviously the obvious one if they're blocking in the back. But in that case, I didn't see the block in the back. I saw a highly engaged receiving core and linemen trying to push their man back. So I'm always intrigued by these holding calls.
So I'm not sure. It looks like they may measure for the first down. They had a big discussion of whether to measure for it or not. Now they're not doing anything. Nope, here comes the measurement. Took them a while just to get the chains ready. They got to come to all the way across the field almost.
Yeah, and this should go to our advantage. You talk about the slope in the center of the field. Hopefully they'll give us a few extra inches there as they measure this down marker.
We're going to go for that. A mathematical anomaly. It is just about an inch short, it looks like. Not enough slope there, Draper.
I guess not. The football is on the dipping side of the chain.
What I'm not sure is why that is. Was that second down going into that play? Yeah, it was second down, so it stays second down. I was thinking that was first down, but it was second, so it'll stay second down in a couple inches. They've not moved the there they go. They just moved the marker for where the ball is set.
And I got to believe here they're giving the ball to the running back because they've created some really nice lanes.
Copenhaver with it again. He's got the first down. He was, I don't know. No, he's going to be thrown for a loss. I thought his forward momentum had him up there, but he was grabbed around the legs by Ray Matthews, the freshman, and pushed back about a yard. So make it third and a yard now.
So a lot goes on in the running back's mind when they especially know that they're trying to get that short yardage, especially upon impact when they're trying to be tackled, right? You're trained to keep your shoulder pads out in front of you, keep your legs moving, but most importantly, protect the football. And so there he had a decision he had to make, right? Keep moving those feet, or do I extend that ball out and try to get that first down? Hey, he decided to make sure he secured it, and I think they'll get it here on this down.
3rd and 1, hand off to Copenhaver again, and he's got it for sure this time. He goes across the 40 down to the 37, another first down for the Centurions.
With the confidence that he's been running with tonight, why not? Go back to him. The offensive line is doing a really good job of controlling the line of scrimmage. You know it's a tough runner, and he's been known, throughout this entire season to make that first person miss and continue to finish and punish the defenders at the end of the play.
1st and 10 at the 37 of Henry County. Play action. Hodge looking, fires a pass. Going to be intercepted. I think the ball was tipped He was going for Messer, who was in triple coverage. And there with the interception was Brody Staples.
Yeah, definitely the ball had to have been tipped. You know, one of the things we talked about with Cole Hodge is his decision making. This is only the second interception that he's thrown this season, and Messer was definitely doubled and triple coverage there. But still, you take your bet on him because he's such a dynamic playmaker. That tip at the line of scrimmage allowed them to get back inside and allow that defender to make the play on the ball. But good job there on the offense of just making sure they're limiting any return yards following the INT.
I think it's only the second interception by Henry County all year. So they'll start on their own 36 now, 1st and 10 after the turnover. Centurions with that 14-0 lead here as we are close to the completion of the first quarter of play. Royalty back to pass, fires it quickly out to Wicks Flowers, avoids the tackles, got the first down. And that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter of play. Centurions with a 14-0 lead.
The Cal baseball team will host its 2021 Cal Alumni Baseball Game on Saturday, October 23rd at 11 a.m. Food, fellowship, and chili cook-off will follow the game provided by the current players. Contact Coach Mike Clark to participate.
I have two boys who both played on the baseball team at Cal's. I need to come back so I can get some chili. Man, we've got tzatziki's, we got a pancake breakfast in softball, got chili cook-off in baseball. It's great times in Cal Athletics right now.
That's right, and it's making me hungry too, Mike, especially on a Friday night. Start talking about chili.
And you didn't get to go to tzatziki's tonight.
And I didn't, right? So. I'm 0 for 2 right now.
It is yeah, Henry County, you got a choice between McDonald's and DQ. I think that's it.
I have my son with me tonight, so I think it may be a DQ.
There you go.
He likes those blizzards.
It is 1st and 10 for Henry County from the Centurion 49-yard line. Centurions with 2 impressive drives that lasted only about 6 plays on the both of them. The first 2 times they had the ball, then threw an interception after a long drive the third time. And that's where we are now. That's why Henry County has the ball back. They have 1st and 10 on the 49. Royalty pitches to Hardy. He's going to get about 3 or 4 yards on the play.
And they're starting to, you know, a lot of times what's not talked a lot about in football is the tempo, right? They've come out, they've been very methodical in Henry County early in the game on the type of their play calls and their play selections, but now they're behind 14-0. They're starting to pick up the tempo a little bit, and sometimes that could slow the defense down and their aggressiveness. But we've been very disciplined on the Centurion side of the ball. I don't see that impacting it that much, but it looks like they're doing sort of that old changeup, you know, or in baseball they call it the knuckleball, right? Try to make things a little bit more complicated so you won't get that big hit.
Make it a 3-yard gain down to the 46, 2nd and 7 for the Wildcats. Looks Flowers is split out to the right side. It's going to be a handoff to Hardy. He's more like Mike Allstott. He's a little bowling ball out there. He's going to get about another 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah, he's accepting his handoffs pretty clean. And when you accept those handoffs clean, you start to get that momentum to really carry you forward. You know, you see the really good running backs, they're able to not only get that clean handoff, make that burst, making somebody miss. And fortunately for the Centurions, they're not allowing him to make them miss. They're finishing the plays, wrapping up well, and just having some really good demonstration of good technique.
3rd and 4, Royalty keeps. And he is going to be close to the first down. They're going to give him a good mark, it looks like. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Henry County.
When you talk about Royalty, I mean, he's definitely found the end zone 11 times this season. As we mentioned in the pregame, he's had 68 rushes for over 500 yards and 11 TDs. So we definitely need to limit that as he starts to continue to call his own number in terms of running plays and getting those extra yardage.
1st and 10. Hand off to Hardy again, straight up the middle and a bunch of yards again. He's going to get about 8 yards. This Henry County running attack is all we talked about before the first game. They have done a very good job. This running attack, they have run the ball 170 times compared to only passing at 77 on the year. So you know what you're getting when you're coming in to play Henry County.
And their success has really been predicated on a couple of different factors. They're spreading their wide receivers out, and their linemen are really driving their players back.
Hand off to Hardy again. Same play up the middle. And he's going to get across the 30 to about the 28. So it's going to be another first down.
And also from a technique perspective, they seem to be doubling down on the defensive linemen for the Centurions. And with those double downs and those blocks of the offensive linemen, it really creates a larger lane there, especially on the defensive side of the ball in those A-gaps, right? You're taught to really penetrate those, to really stop the momentum of the run, especially after the center-to-quarterback exchange. So if we can pinch down, I think we'll have some success of slowing down the run.
1st and 10, and either a Centurion defender came off sides or that wide receiver left early. I'm not sure which it was.
You can flip a coin, especially when you're away. So we'll see how the refs call it here. It looked like the receiver.
And of course it's against the Centurions.
Yep. Pretty much expected. I don't know if you got a statistic on that, Mike?
I do not, but I got a gut feeling that it's going to go against us more than not. 1st and 5 after that offsides on the Centurions. Moves the ball down to the 23. Hardy, the running back again, just to the right of Royalty, but Royalty drops to pass, going to loft it in the air, and it's going to be way, way over the head of Wicks Flowers. Good coverage there by Nate Heidenreich. Messer coming over on the top.
And that was good pressure, too, by Gunnar McKinley. You know, you talk about the timing of the quarterback and receiver, so Gunnar McKinley was able to get in there, get his hands up and put a little pressure on the quarterback and allow him to probably just throw it a little bit farther than he would have imagined to try to connect with the receiver there on that play.
2nd and 5 for the Wildcats. Royalty is going to keep this time, and he's going to go down. Chase Guerin with a big hit. Bottom of the pile was McCade Batcher. He came out with the ball, but I think the runner was already down.
Well, you at least have to try. Right?
Yes, you do.
You have to, especially when the quarterback is sort of juggling, not really decisive on his decision there, but definitely a planned run and just great penetration down here by McCade Batcher.
No gain on that play. It's going to be 3rd and 5 for Henry County. Double backfield. Royalty back to pass. Going to be complete to Wicks Flowers, and he goes in for the touchdown. I thought we had intercepted there for a minute, but Flowers caught it right in the middle of 4 Centurions. Looked like 2 of them went for the interception, and he just waltzes into the end zone.
And the interesting thing about that, you talk about the communication between the quarterback and the receiver there. He looked over at that receiver right before the snap of the ball, and he kind of tapped his leg a little bit on his right side, letting him know, hey, I'm coming your way. And Royalty was able to throw it right in there, quick slant to the ball, one-on-one coverage on the backside, and they were able to take it in for a score.
And for the extra point is Jackson Scriber, and it is up and no good. Scriber was only 2 for 3 coming into the game. They have tried 14 two-point conversions this year. Kind of surprised they didn't go for that, but Centurions allow a touchdown, and Centurions still lead, though, 14-6 with 8:33 to go in the second quarter.
E-News is Cal's online newsletter that allows fans, parents, and supporters of Cal Athletics to keep up with the latest news in Cal sports. E-News is distributed weekly and includes sports from elementary, middle, and high school from all of Cal's Kentucky campuses. To subscribe, email enews@caschools.us.
That was an 8-play drive that covered 64 yards in 3 minutes and 32 seconds for the Wildcats, ending in that 22-yard touchdown pass from Royalty to Wicks Flowers. That is Wicks Flowers' third touchdown catch of the season. And the Centurions now need to answer after that turnover by the Centurions was turned into a touchdown for Henry County.
And for quarterback Sam Royalty, one of the keys for him was just making sure he limits his turnovers. We talked about his completion to interception ratio, 6 TDs, 5 interceptions. On that play, he completed that pass pretty cleanly.
Messer sets up at the 18-yard line. Kick is going to be a squib kick. It's going to be taken by Heidenreich. And Heidenreich's got some room on the right side. He cuts back. He's got one player to catch him, and he is going to catch him, but he gets all the way down to the 15-yard line. Nate Heidenreich taking that squib kick on the line.
Yeah, and that's a hard play to make there. You know, that ball was starting to drift a little bit out of bounds. He secured it, and he was able to turn the Jets on and just get some really nice positive yardage. And if you're Coach Cantwell, you have to be happy about what you're seeing here from your special teams early in the game, giving you great field position. So now gives your offense an opportunity to come in and really execute the game plan and put another 6 points up on the board. So we'll see what they do here on this first down. We've had success with running the ball, and we've also had success with getting the ball in the hands of Easton Messer. See what they choose to do here on first down.
56-yard kickoff return for Nate Heidenreich. Isaac Patrick at the running back, and he's going to take the opening handoff and powers his way across the 15 down to the 13-yard line.
That play has just been very successful all season because I don't care who you are. If you've watched any type of film, you know you have to watch the motion anytime Easton Messer is out there. They put him in motion. He did a little bit of cut back, and so automatically those linebackers were starting to shift and flow to the weak side of the field in terms of where he was going, just open up a couple of lanes for the run game. So great play call.
Ball on the 9-yard line, 2nd and 5 for the Centurions. Hodge looking to pass. Now he rolls right. Now he's going to keep it. We got a flag down. It's going to probably be a hold on the Centurions. Hodge unbelievably powers his way over about 3 Wildcats for the touchdown. But there is a flag down, and I think it's going to be another holding against the Centurions. It's against Henry County. Touchdown, Cole Hodge.
Yeah, I was about to say, Mike, there were probably 4 red jerseys on the side where he ran the ball, and there was not a white jersey in sight. It almost looked like a busted play. And if there was a holding call, it had to be somebody else in white, and that would be Casper the Friendly Ghost. So luckily there, that's cleaned up, and what a nice finish there, Cole Hodge.
I thought he was going to get tackled about the 5. He looked to pass, looked like he didn't have anybody open, decided to run. He got hit by a ton of people about the 5 and just carried him into the end zone. Dylan Cornett with the kick. It is good, and just like that, Centurions answer and go up 21-6.
Yeah, and that's nothing like a teammate to really see your quarterback make that type of sacrifice. He sniffed the end zone, and he was not going to be denied. He knew that drive was so critically important here early in this first half of the game. He finished it. He protected the football, and I think he drove maybe 2 or 3 guys there along the way. So you like to see that, especially from a leader of your football team. You know, I know he's only a sophomore, but his leadership has just been heavily on display throughout the season. So I'm fired up for him. I like to see quarterbacks finish that run.
So that 14-yard drive, a 9-yard run by Cole Hodge ends it with the TD. But, boy, that was set up by that 56-yard kickoff return by Nate Heidenreich. Put the Centurions in great position and ended up with a touchdown. Centurions now up 21-6.
Yeah, and tonight's the night, you know, where we are in the season, you know, 6 games in. Expand that playbook, you know, let Cole Hodge come out, be creative, make some really good decisions, and we're starting to see a little bit of that tonight.
Cornett with the kick. It's going to the side of McCollum, the freshman. He takes it off a 1 bounce. No, I'm sorry, that's Wicks Flowers. He's got 1 touchdown tonight and 2 pretty good returns. He has another pretty good return all the way out to the 30.
Follow Cal Athletics on Twitter for Centurion Athletic news and game updates. Cal Athletics at Centurion AD.
30-yard line of Henry County is where the Wildcats will start this drive. Centurions up 21-6. Wildcats scored on their last series. They had the ball. Hardy in the backfield with Royalty. And he's going to take the handoff, goes off the right side. He's going to be brought down from behind. Copenhaver and looks like Dupes on the tackle. But about a 5 or 6 yard gain for Hardy on that one.
Yeah, it looks like the Centurions also made a little bit of adjustment on the back end of the defense. They've been more operating in that 4-man front, 3 linebackers, and one of those linebackers is technically 4 that's committed to the strong side of the field. Now they're operating with basically two safeties high in this particular defense.
Hand off to Hardy again, and this time he is going to run into McCade Batcher, who won't give an inch. Meets him at the line and knocks him down.
If they're going to run and have success, I've always been taught to make them pay for it, right? Let them know you're there, and that's exactly what happened there on that play with McCade Batcher. He stuck his nose in there, secured the tackle the way you've been taught.
Well, somehow Batcher met him at the line, pushed him back a yard, and they gained a yard on the play. 3rd and 2 for Henry County. Royalty's going to keep. Now he's going to let it out, and it's going to be a completed pass to Gillingham on the far side. He's going to have a first down. Braden Robinson in on the tackle along with Zach Agee. But a first down for Henry County on the completed pass.
And what they're doing with Royalty, they're not making him make some long passes. They're what I call the little dinks and dunks, little short passes there, curl routes from some of these receivers. Some of them are there in the slot and just completing some of those short passes there to give him some confidence and intentionally try to cut down on some of his turnovers.
Tell you, senior-wise, you're looking at 2 pretty young teams tonight. Centurions with only 6 seniors on this team. Henry County with only 8 seniors and 5 juniors. 42 players on this team, very freshman and sophomore heavy on the Wildcat team. First and 10, Gillingham shaking up a little bit on that play as he walks all the way across the field with the trainer of Henry County. Now we're back to play. Ball on Henry County's 47, 1st and 10. Once again, Royalty in that shotgun with Hardy to his left this time. And Royalty is going to be slowed down in the backfield by Dupes, and Chase Guerin's going to finish it off. But a great play by Dupes to keep Royalty in the backfield and get the loss on that play.
They're trying to get the big guys out in front, so the guards both pull on that play to the outside, and sometimes they could come back to haunt you a little bit. So when you got those guards pulling, you allow those defensive linemen to get really good penetration upfield, and they're definitely trying to strip that ball out of there from Royalty. So he chose to protect the football, and a loss there on first down.
2-yard loss. He's passing this time. Going to be knocked away. Connor Hodge with a great play, going for Jacob Cummins. And Connor Hodge, as he gets up a little hurt, holding that shoulder.
And Connor Hodge is a tough kid. I've had an opportunity to meet him, have a couple conversations with him. He's just really tough there, and I hope he's okay.
That arm is just kind of hanging as he comes off a little bit there. Heidenreich's going to come in to replace him. And I didn't like how he went down on that one. We got 3rd and 12 for Henry County. Royalty taking his time back there. Now gets the snap. Hands off to Hardy. He's up the middle. And Isaac Pachter's going to come in and put a finishing touch to him and knock him down after about a 5-yard gain.
We're seeing a lot of tough running here tonight by both teams. So it's just going to boil down here to what I call the trenches there. The ability for these defensive linemen, for the Centurions, to continue to be the hammer and knock these guys back. get off those blocks and stop that running momentum as the game continues to carry on. I mean, we talked about the running attack of this team and the success that they've had on the ground. 170 attempts for over 1,000 yards collectively, so have to slow this down a bit.
4th and 8. Henry County going for it. Back to passes. Royalty. Now it looks like he's going to try to run. Oh, he was across the line of scrimmage. Incomplete pass. No flag down. He was about a yard in front of the line of scrimmage when he threw that ball. Incomplete pass to Kevin Wicks Flowers. Centurions are going to take over on downs.
Yeah, the referees were definitely watching his throwing ability. They had their eyes up, watching him make the pass, and did not catch the fact that he was able to cross the line of scrimmage. Yeah, so nice work there by the Centurion defense to get them off the field. Not necessarily a 3 and out, but we'll take it and not allow them to get those yardage there on 4th and 8. And I see a quick strike coming here, Mike, as we try to jump up by another score with 4:36 left in the first half.
1st and 10 on the 49 of Henry County. Hodge going to go to his left, looking to pass. It's going to fire. It's going to be incomplete. On the far side, going for Messer. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it's challenging for a right-arm quarterback to be rolling out to your left and not necessarily throwing across your body, but just having the ability to really set your feet or just get the trajectory to really release that ball as fast as you can. And as you saw there, as a result of that, not having to do that, and not to mention that there was a pretty effective pass rush coming there on that play as well for Cole Hodge. He just tried to get it out there best he can. Now we're faced with a 2nd down, and let's just run the ball and loosen this defensive up.
And off to Copenhaver, who's it's Isaac Patrick who's still in the game, and he's going to get about a 3-yard gain. Make it a 4. They're going to spot it at the 45.
It's nice to see Isaac Patrick get in the game to contribute to with McRoberts being out tonight. As we know, Copenhaver is on both sides of the ball, and so it's nice to be a little change up of pace for backs.
3rd and 6. Hodge fires it complete to Heidenreich. He gets the first down. He's going to keep adding yards as he gets down to almost the 30-yard line. Good catch and run by Heidenreich.
With that extra pressure there that Henry County's bringing, they're bringing those linebackers on both sides, trying to penetrate those B gaps there on the block on the line. There's just not enough linemen there to really block that, but you're taught just to get a hand on them, slow them down, allow the quarterback just a little bit of time to really hit those receivers in place, because we have more guys coming inside the box, and right now they have 7 versus 5. You're going to find some soft spots in the defense, especially in single coverage.
Heidenreich in motion. He gets the handoff, fumbles, but he's able to jump on it and recover. And what could be a disastrous play just ends in a 1-yard loss.
We certainly did not need another turnover here in this instance. So fortunately, he was able to recover that bobble snap. And I got to believe here on 3rd down that they'll just go back to some of the basics and either run the ball or just get Easton Messer find a way to get the ball in his hands on a critical down here.
2-yard loss, make it 2nd and 12 for the Centurions. Ball at the 32-yard line of Henry County. Hodge is under center, Patrick in the backfield. Play action. Fires it out to Messer on the comeback. He's going to have, is he going to have the first down? He's going to be very close. I tell you, he got around a couple Henry County defenders, but there was one, I think it was Wilson again, able to tackle him and going to hold him to about a 10-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 2 for the Centurions.
As a defender, it is so challenging to tackle a receiver that's so shifty, right? I always teach my guys, don't look at the footwork. You look at the hip work. The hip work will take you to where the ball's going to be, and regardless of even on that play, the speed and agility to evade the tacklers definitely showed there on that game.
3rd and 3, and Patrick's going to get the handoff. He gets hit in the backfield and somehow gets out to the line of scrimmage and still gets another yard. I mean, he was hit hard in the backfield. Able just to keep going. It's going to be 4th and 2 for the Centurions.
And I wonder, too, was that a play where Cole Hodge could just read the defense and then tuck the ball and run, or was that a design where they saw something in the defense and they want to just bust it over to the right side of the ball? So interesting call here as they're presented with a 4th and 2.
Copenhagen back in the game in the backfield. Also, fullback Braden Robinson joins him for the double backfield. Henry County has about 9 men on that front box. Now they back off a little bit. Centurions called timeout. Coach Cantwell saw a bunch of Wildcats come up to that defensive line, wanted to think about it a little bit.
That has me to believe that they were definitely going to try to run, but not 9 versus 6. You don't really like the odds there. They had everybody, as you stated, Mike, there in the box, and also they were had their ends out a little wider, and it looks like they were pinning their ears back, and they were going to come, and you just didn't want to have anything not go your way on such a critical 4th down.
It'll be 4th and 2. We have 1:37 to go in the first quarter. Boy, it'd be nice to end this halftime with a touchdown to go up 28-6. I'm sure Coach Cantwell's thinking along that same lines. So you're going to stick with the run, or you're going to kind of come here with a pass and maybe go for the end zone, just surprise everybody?
I go for the play action here on 4th and 2.
Going to be a handoff to Copenhagen, and he is going to be slammed to the ground. Man, he was hit hard by Ty Whalen. And I'm going to tell you, I think Copenhagen is a little shaken up.
Yeah, definitely a great defensive stop there, and I would certainly have him go and get checked out a little bit here. That was a pretty tough hit there.
He was the same player that hit Patrick in the backfield on the play before that.
Yeah. So
Henry County is going to take over on downs with 1:34 to go here.
And on that, you definitely invoke the confidence of your offensive line. Get us 2 yards, beat your man, let's go upfield and make the play. But with those extra bodies in there blitzing, it just didn't quite work out.
Henry County on their own 23, handoff to Hardy. Dupes, the first one to hit him. A couple other Centurions join him. I think that was Sam McCown helping him bring down Hardy. Hardy gets 1 yard on the play.
And they're committed to this run, despite being down 21-6. You would think that they would try to pass it a little bit to loosen up this defense, especially with the clock ticking here late in the second quarter.
Royalty in that shotgun. I got to think this is going to be a pass play. Royalty is going to run it, and he's going to go nowhere. The Royalty run is not done very well tonight. Dupes in there again. Man, we've been calling Dupes' name a lot on defense. Gunnar McKinley helping out, and that's going to bring, nope, it's not. I saw both teams going to the side. I thought it was the end of the half, but it's a timeout by Henry County with 49 seconds to go. It'll be 3rd and 11 for the Wildcats.
And with that type of play call, on 2nd down, it seems like the mindset there of Henry County is just keeping our offense off the field. We're down 21-6. We've created a turnover on defense. We're starting to get some momentum, get some swag about ourselves, and the team is starting to feel confident. So as a coach, you feed off that, and you make your decisions, you make your calls based on the momentum and what your team is able to give you. So they've had a little bit of success. That one score there was in the air. They're on their side of the field. So I have to believe that either they're going to try to make a strike here if they were unsuccessful in getting their 1st down, or big yardage on 1st or 2nd down. Now they're faced with 3rd and 11. They have to be able to take a shot.
Good to see Gavin Copenhagen back into the game. Connor Hodge is not back in the game. He went out, looked like he was injured on that last play for Henry County. Royalty looking to pass. He has nowhere to go, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield, hit hard back there by Gunnar McKinley. And he tried to pass the ball, but they said he was down, and he went down hard. He was on the ground for a few minutes. Henry County trainer out to talk to him.
Yeah, definitely an ill-advised pass there. Could have gone for 6 the other way. He had a couple of Centurions around the ball, and Gunnar McKinley, just an excellent tackle with what I call an exclamation mark there to really bring the big quarterback down on that critical third down. So good use of the timeout. You got about 40 seconds left here on this 4th and 11. You need a stop right here for the defense to put that pressure. And if I'm Henry County, I'm looking at what just happened on that previous play with my quarterback taking a hit when he was trying to find a receiver down. Just go ahead and just run a run play, a draw or something to loosen it up, get in the middle of the field, and just see what you can do. Or otherwise, you can go back to the old rugby style. You don't want to give up good field position and just go ahead and just punt the ball, especially on this end of the field.
I would think they're going to punt the ball here at some style. Either they're go to the line, then move back and get ready to punt. I'd be shocked if they run a play this deep in their territory. I mean, they're on the 13-yard line. Royalty with the punt. It is a short one. It's going to take a Centurion bounce. It's going to hit at the 43, bounce up and hit the Henry County player, then go to the 45. They're going to spot it at the 45.
Yeah, certainly plenty of time with that quick playmaking ability that we have on offense to put another 6 here on the board with 33 seconds. We have great visionary at the quarterback spot. You got playmakers definitely there at the wide receiver position. And you got some backs, too. We don't talk a lot about this, Mike. We always talk about those backs when they're running. But critically, especially in passing situations, their ability to block those extra defenders are so critical here at this point of the game.
Twins to the left. Messer goes in motion left to right. Now he goes back to the left side. Hodge going to roll to his left, looking to throw. Fires it, going to be complete. And it's going to be a first down, completes the pass to Heidenreich.
It's a nice yardage there to move the sticks, and when you get that first down, it stops the clock, moves the chain. You don't have to burn a timeout.
Ball at the 34. Hodge passes again, complete to the outside. I think it's Heidenreich again. It is, and he wisely. Did he get out of bounds?
He wasn't able.
He didn't get out of bounds.
Yeah, he wasn't able to get out of bounds on that play. So now they use their timeout.
Timeout by the Centurions with 9 seconds to go. It looked like he caught the ball on the sideline and wanted to get out of bounds and maybe slipped before he got out there because there was no defenders around him.
Yeah, good play call. They definitely wanted him to get out of bounds once he catches that ball, but he was just not able to. But more importantly, he secured the catch and able to get some positive yardage there with only about less than 10 seconds left here in the second quarter.
So you're going to try to get about another 10 yards and save for one play, or are you going for the end zone on this play?
Based on what I know, it looks like they're going to, with the amount of time left on the clock, they try to get another 10 yards, see if they could potentially go for a field goal. I believe we have one timeout remaining here in the half. We use that, set that up. I just don't see a situation where they'll go with the quick strike, just kind of based on the previous play selections that they've had here on this drive. But then again, too, Mike, it all depends on what the defenses gives you. You have the opportunity to make that choice, as a QB.
I got two safeties deep. Hodge going to roll to his right. He's looking long. He's going to let it fly for the end zone. It's going to be up in. Almost caught out of the hands of Messer. He was in quadruple coverage and still almost came out with a catch. Knocked away at the last second. That's going to be end of the first half of play. Centurions with a 21-6 lead at halftime. We'll be back in about 12 minutes to bring you first half stats and then second half actions from Henry County, where the Centurions lead 21-6. Welcome back, Centurion football, where Christian Academy leads Henry County at halftime, 21-6. First two times Centurions got the ball, it looked like they were going to blow this game wide open in this first half. They took the opening kickoff 4 plays later. It was a 11-yard run by Gavin Copenhaver, and 4-play, 2-minute 11 second drive. Centurions just like that were up 7-0 with 9:49 to go in the first quarter. Henry County then took the ball. They started at their own 37, got to the Centurions 17 before they turned the ball over on downs. Then Centurions, as they start on their own 17, took only 2 plays to score the next touchdown, and it was a 68-yard run by Gavin Copenhaver, his second touchdown of that first half, and Centurions were up 14-0. The Cal defense then played tough, and it was a 3-and-out for Henry County. Centurions took over on their own 29, but then they created their only turnover of the first half as they threw an interception, and Henry County got it with 5 seconds to go in the first quarter, as the first quarter ended with a 14-0 lead by the Centurions. Henry County taking the ball on their own 36, had a 3-minute, 32-second drive that covered 64 yards, and it ended in a 22-yard touchdown pass from Sam Royalty to Kevin Wicks Flowers, and Henry County was on the board. Their extra point was no good, and Centurions are up 21-6. And then it was just giving the ball back because of defenses. Henry County turned the ball over on downs. Centurions drove to the Henry County 23 and gave it over on downs. And then Henry County finally punted after a 3-and-out. Centurions got it at the 45-yard line with 33 seconds to go in the half. Could not put it in the end zone, and the first half ends with a 21-6 lead for the Centurions. We'll be back in about 30 seconds to recap stats of the first half. Welcome back, Christian Academy Louisville football. Centurions lead 21-6 at halftime. And Draper, I think you have the first half stats for us.
Yes, so for this first half, the Centurions have been able to put together 231 total yards. Definitely not quite the number of first downs that we're accustomed to seeing, in the first half of football. They have 9 on tonight. They've been very efficient on third down. They've been 4 for 5, but we talked about their quick strike ability all night. They've gone for it once on fourth down, and they've been 0 for 1. Most of the yards has come tonight in the rushing game, 144 yards on the ground with 15 rushing attempts. So we've seen some solid and some really big plays there in the running game. Passing, not quite the stats that we've seen in the first half of games thus far this season, only 87 total yards. But from an individual stats perspective, we talked about the run game. Gavin Copenhaver is having a phenomenal first half. He has 7 carries for 111 yards, and we saw that big, long touchdown run for 68 yards there earlier in the game, and he's put it in the end zone twice. Cole Hodge, we talked about him being a dual threat QB. 4 carries for 27 yards, and we saw him power in for a touchdown there in the second half. Passing, Cole Hodge is 8 of 12 for 87 yards, as long as it's been 22, and he hasn't been able to connect with the receiver here tonight in the end zone. However, Easton Messer has caught 4 receptions for 33 yards. Nate Heinreich's 3 catches for 32 yards, and Gavin Copenhaver 1 for 22 yards. Now over to Henry County, they have had 8 first downs. They're 3 for 7 on third down efficiency for 132 total yards in the game. They've been known for their rushing attack, but the Centurions have been able to keep them in check for the most part here in the first half, with only 74 yards on the ground and 58 yards in the passing attempt. Sam Royden, he's 4 of 10 for tonight for 58 yards. He's been able to throw for 1 TD. His long has been 22 yards, and he's been able to find Kevin Wicks Flowers 2 receptions for 35 yards, 1 TD, and in the rushing, 14 carries for Trent Hardy, 73 yards, 21 is his long, and 0 touchdowns here on the night. So those are our stats here. Defensively, we made some really good plays. Gavin Copenhagen as well as leading the team at the half with 10 tackles, followed by McCabe Batcher and Andrew Duke. So a lot of great work there on that side of the ball as we prepare for the second half action of play.
So, Draper, what do you see the Centurions got to improve in the second half here?
Yeah, they definitely have to clean up some things executionally in the passing game. That's definitely has been their keys to success thus far in the season. They have established a run, and they've demonstrated that they can be pretty effective there. We just got to get Easton Messer more involved, get these receivers, and allow Cole Hodge to stand in the pocket and just deliver some strikes to some of these receivers. That's what we have to make sure we improve on as we look forward to putting more points up here in the second half.
We did find out Connor Hodge out for the rest of this game, which not only makes a difference in the secondary, but he is the placeholder for the kicker. So we saw Dylan Cornett practicing as they came back out, holding the ball for Jackson Barrickman. So we'll see what develops there. Cornett is kicking it off here. It is a high one at Wicks Flower. Is going to take about the 10-yard line. Tries to come back out. Isaac Patrick fights off a block and a great tackle by Patrick to hold Wicks Flowers about to the 17. That's a great way to start the second half.
It is, and it looks like that halftime speech is definitely in effect. You're seeing a guy running down the field full speed, making a great play on the ball. The defense should be able to feed off that and just starting to get some tackles for loss, right? We've been so used to them making some big plays. They've gotten a lot of turnovers the last couple of games, and it's time for them now to put the foot on the gas and just make sure that they keep steady and consistent there with attacking downhill.
Double backfield for Henry County. Hand off to the second man through. It's going to be about a 2-yard gain. I did not catch the number on him. It was number 36, Nathan Corum, the sophomore, with the, say, a 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, we talk about Connor Hodge. It'd be interesting to see, too, if Henry County recognizes that, number one's not out there and just try to get a few more passes off in the passing game.
Royalty handoff to Hardy. He's going to be hit at the line, and a good tackle there. Who was on that tackle? I'm still trying to see the number. It's number 76. That is Nathan Carlisle. Stood up Hardy and didn't let him get any additional yardage. And it's going to be 3rd and 8 for this Henry County team, and you're already seeing better tackling by the Centurions.
Yeah, I know they've had a talk about that at halftime. We got to wrap them up. The best way you stop a running team is you hit them right in the mouth, with that toughness, especially at the point of attack here from your defensive lineman, and they're doing it so far here on the first 3 plays of the game.
3rd and 8, Royalty to throw. He lets it fly, incomplete. Going on the far side for Gillingham, Isaac Patrick in the coverage, and it's going to be 4th and 8, which I would assume would be a punting situation.
Yeah, this part of the field, this early in the half, you got to assume that they are going to attempt a punt here. As you know, Sam Royalty has done most of their kicking here early, and we'll just see what the defense gives them, and it goes back. Now it's in a punting formation. As
Royalty moves back, and it's going to be blocked and then picked up by Batcher, I believe. McKay, that ball was tipped, and Batcher picks it up about the 25 and runs it back about the 20.
Great heads-up play there. Great. It's like he was surprised, right? You're looking at the punt, it gets tipped in the right place and position. Great hands right there for him. And like you said, great field position in this game has definitely been a difference maker. So see if the offense can come out here, really be aggressive here with their play calling, and just get some more points on the board.
Ball on the 21 of Henry County. Double tight end for the Centurions. Dupes goes in motion right to the left side. Hand off to Copenhaver. He's got a lot of room on the left side. Now cuts back in. Dives forward. Gets the first down. Make it about a 13-yard gain for Copenhaver.
They put that tight end in motion there to really block down on the defensive end. And when you have success doing that, that definitely creates more spacing to the short side of the field for your running back. So really nice play call there to get some positive yardage there on first down.
Gets down to the 8-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Centurions. Ballard split out way to the right side. Messer to the left. Play action. Cole fires a pass. Going to be incomplete. Going for Messer in the end zone. Morgan Wilson on the coverage. Closed quickly.
I like the intent there on the short yardage play. It's one of those things where now you're seeing that defense, they're not so deep with their safeties, and they're trying to crowd the line of scrimmage there. So when you get a lot of crowding in the box, a lot of bodies, it makes it challenging for your quarterback to really sift through and find a passing lane. And when you got an athlete and a playmaker like Easton Messer there on the outside, and right now they're definitely not respecting his skills on a one-on-one coverage there. So look for them to go back to him at some point.
Copenhaver gets the handoff. He is hit hard again, but he gets about 5 yards on the play. Ty Whalen Now, we've seen Ty Whalen like 3 tackles tonight, and he takes no mercy.
He doesn't. He takes no mercy at all, and quite a bit of enjoyment there is what we're seeing from him and delivering those hits.
Is that how you hit in college? You get a lot of enjoyment out of those big hits.
Oh, absolutely. I wanted people to tell me, even in practice, slow it down.
3rd and goal for the Centurions. Double backfield. Copenhagen with it again. Stops, goes to the right. Is he in? Touchdown, Centurions! Gavin Copenhagen, his 3rd touchdown of the night.
What a great night he's having. I mean, we've seen him get the tough runs inside. We've seen him break the long one for 68 yards there in the first quarter. He's having a phenomenal night. At halftime, he was at 111 yards, and he's continuing to add to that total and punishing the defenders there in the end. Nice job, Gavin Copenhagen.
Well, at halftime, we saw Cornett holding for Barrickman. Now it's Barrickman holding for Cornett. And kick is up, and it is blocked. It's going to be no good. First miss of the year on extra points for the Centurions after, let's see, they were 26 of 26 on extra points coming into the game. Hit 3 in the first quarter, and that one was blocked.
Yeah, that's a result right there of the chemistry. You talk about Connor Hodge, the holder, not being on that, and they just hadn't had a whole lot of time to really practice that exchange with the new holder there. So they'll get it together there, but that chemistry is just so important, especially in the special teams where you got the snapper, the holder, the kicker. That continuity makes a lot of difference. But, hey, really good pressure there by Henry County as well, just to get a hand in there, but I'm sure we'll get that cleaned up. So I like what I saw in this first drive. What made them successful in the first half, we talked about what we'll see differently. They took a couple of shots in the passing game, but ultimately they decided, hey, we have to take advantage of this front and what they're giving us, and another 6 points there by Gavin Copenhagen for the touchdown.
27-6. That was a 4-play, 51-second drive for the Centurions, covering that 21 yards, ending in that 3-yard run by Gavin Copenhagen. And Centurions are up 27-6, 9:13 to go here in the third quarter, as Dylan Cornett tees it up one more time in this game against Henry County tonight. Game 2 of district play. And Cornett approaches it, puts it up. It's going to go to Wicks Flowers once again at the 10. It's across the 20, has a big hole, but it's finally covered up and brought down. Connor Franklin with the tackle to stop that huge kickoff return, and Wicks Flowers gets out to the 29.
Yeah, nice tackle there by Connor. You know, it's nice to have the ability to come down there full speed and really just secure the tackle. Really textbook. Nice play by him, and not a little bit better field position here for Henry County on this possession, but more room is what I see for the defense to operate and just take advantage here as they prepare for this second possession here in the second half.
1st and 10 on the 28-yard line for Henry County. Royalty's going to keep it, and he has not been being the leading rusher of this team. The Centurions have stopped his running very, very well tonight.
The key to them stopping the running is that as they're taking away those run lanes that he's probably been accustomed to seeing here versus previous opponents prior to tonight, most quarterbacks, when they're having success in the run, they're going north and south, and we're just not seeing that. When he's getting the ball, he's having defenders down at his ankles, at his feet, scratching, clawing, trying to bring him down, and it's causing him to kind of be a little shifty, and that doesn't seem to be a part of his game, and so that's slowing him down, allowing the defenders to come in and make a play.
2-yard gain, Royalty back to pass. He lets it fly on the far side. Going to be, I think it was out of bounds, going for Wicks Flowers on the far side. Braden Robinson with the coverage for the Centurions.
Good defense there by Braden Robinson. You see so often how these defenders, if they are trying to close in as the receiver's trying to make the catch, you get that hand in there and you really make a deflection, especially the outside hand between the ball and the receiver's hand. So really great play. He stretched out, deflected it for no gain.
3rd and 9 for Henry County. Another long third down situation. Gillingham and Wicks Flowers goes out to the right. Twins to the left as well. Royalty back to pass. Here comes pressure. He somehow gets it away. And Patrick with the interception. at the 45. He gets across midfield to the 40. Isaac Patrick played that great underthrown pass. Interception, Centurions.
Now that's what I've been used to seeing here the last couple of weeks is this defense having the ability to create turnovers. And one of the things that people don't often talk about, I was watching that play here, especially on this backside, with Isaac Patrick. He really jammed that receiver on the inside. And when you jam those receivers, Mike, on the line of scrimmage, it throws the timing off, and the quarterback is not able to really find them in rhythm. And in that case, the ball was also on the thrown due to pressure, and it just created for a great combination of that jam outside on the slot receiver, pressure up by the defense, INT.
We're back to action. Hodge, play action. He's going to keep it. Goes off the left side. He's going to get a couple hard-fought yards before he goes down. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And a lot of these runs we're seeing from Hodge, I just got to believe, I don't necessarily know if they're designed. A lot of them are sort of these reads, and they're sending a blitzer, depending on what side of the ball that they feel like they can find a weak spot to try to penetrate that line of scrimmage and make a play on him. So as a result of that, he's having to really scramble a little bit, but the fact that he's able to get a couple of extra yards to keep the chains moving has been really impressive tonight. Again, just really love his decision-making despite what the defense is throwing his way.
They're going to give him only a 1-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 9. Play action. Oh, here comes pressure. Hodge avoids it somehow. He's going to let it fly. He's gone. Messer almost with the catch. No, it was Ballard. Just off his fingertips. Hodge had to throw it over the coverage. Ballard got behind the coverage, made a diving attempt, just couldn't quite hang on to it.
That was a really good pass. He kept his eyes downfield, and you just saw that soft touch. And on those plays, especially in man coverage, you have to put it right out so the receiver has a chance to go get it and outstretch, and just barely off the fingertips of Ballard. I'd have to make a bet that if that play were to come his way again, I put my money that he would make that play.
3rd and 9 for the Centurions. Messer and Ballard left, Heidenreich to the right. Straight drop back. Little pass play to Copenhaver. This worked earlier. It's going to work again. He gets to the outside. Puts his head down all the way down to the 19. Make it the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
Yeah, I want to know what's in his pregame meal because he's taking these guys for a ride here tonight. I've seen him run hard. I've seen him run tough. But he's definitely showing me a different element on tonight. He's reading blocks well. They've thrown him a couple of screens. And as you mentioned, Mike, he's had a lot of success with that particular play tonight. Not even trying to do a whole lot of bobbing and weaving, just getting downhill. And whoever tries to tackle him, he's taking them for a ride for a few yards.
Trips to the left, triangle trips. Hodge under center. Play action. He's going to roll right. He's looking. He's got his man. It's Messer. Messer tries to turn it upfield, breaks one tackle, then gets pushed out of bounds down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, Messer right there. I mean, that may look like an easy pitch and catch, but when you have so much momentum coming across, a lot of times those cornerbacks are coming off of the opposite side receivers and have the ability to really deliver a strike and a really tough blow. But Messer secured the ball, stayed tough, and he just didn't want to go down.
2nd and 1. We could be in Copenhaver territory here, getting away. He's running tonight, 2nd and 1 at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, if I'm him, I'm asking for the ball. Coach, make this a record night for me. Give me 250, 4 TDs, and we'll call it a night.
Hodge in the shotgun. Messer in motion. Hodge rolling to his left. He's got Messer. Yep, missed him. Now he's going to lob it to the back, just going to throw it out of bounds. He had Messer there for about a second, but it was pretty close coverage.
He did. He had him for a second. He thought about running it a little bit. He had a little extra yardage there, but just a little too high, and a really good play because when you feel like the defense is converging, you don't quite have the space to release the ball and hit the open receiver in the end zone, especially with that corner route. Just throw it up high where no one else can get it but your offensive player. And if he doesn't make it, hey, we love to see another down.
Now Copenhaver says, Coach, let me have it this time.
I got to believe he's telling them that. Have you not seen me run the ball thus far in the game, Coach? Give me an opportunity.
I am feeling it tonight, Coach. Hodge goes back under center, and we got to have a timeout. My Coach Cantwell wants to talk it over with Copenhagen, see what he should do.
Yep. First question he's asking him, how you feeling about this?
We have 6:30 on to go in the third quarter here. Centurions up 27-6 over the Wildcats of Henry County.
The Centurion Armory is Cal's retail store with a full line of clothing, accessories, and merchandise for every Centurion fan. The Armory is open Tuesday through Friday, 2:30 to 4 p.m., and open to 7 p.m. for all home varsity games.
Centurions back in action next week, back home next week as they take on the always tough DeSales team. DeSales 1-4-1 this year, but boy, did they start out with a tough schedule, losing to Central Hardin, then North Hardin, then Ryle, then PRP. Boy, they bounced back with a 42-14 victory over this Henry County team next week, and as usual, it's going to come down between us two for this district title, it looks.
Yeah, I think based on what we're seeing, we're going to be ready. We're going to be ready for the occasion. We know the history there, and it just means a little bit more, especially when you're having the type of fun that we're seeing here out of this team in every area of the game.
Right now, we're back to action here. Double tight ends on the left side. Hand off to Copenhagen. He tries to get outside, and he is not going to. Oh, he's still going. Thought he wasn't. I thought he was going to throw him for about a 4-yard loss. He ends up making it about a 1-yard gain. It'll be 4th and 1.
Yeah, well, both the tight ends shifting over to the left side. It looks like Henry County was prepared for number 16 to get the ball there. And generally in those situations, it's an instance where you may miss a block or so. I couldn't really see on the backside with those two tight ends that shifted if they were able to really seal that end. And on the previous play, we saw that they were able to seal the end and they were able to make positive yardage. So a short 4th and 2 here.
Double backfield, and it looks like Henry County just jumped off sides. We'll see if it was an offsides or illegal procedure.
I have to believe it was offside. Now, this one shouldn't be a flip of a coin. Easy choice tonight.
And that it is. And that's going to give the Centurions a first down as the ball moves down to about the 2.5-yard line. And those are the kind of penalties you love to see.
Yep, that defense have been playing aggressive the previous plays. Coach Cantwell, let's get a hard count, see if we can get them off sides, get that fresh set of downs on first down. And now the ultimate play. Let's get the ball to number 16.
First and goal from the 3. Copenhagen up to fumbles the ball into the end zone, and with the ball is Henry County.
I don't know. Did he cross the line first?
He did not. He fumbled at about the 1-yard line. It was knocked out. Centurions with their second turnover of the night. Boy, that one hurts when you're right at the goal line.
Yeah, and it's been so good all year for really protecting the football, and there's so many things that happen in that one snap that people don't really realize, right? Was it a good handoff? Was the quarterback center exchange good to really make sure, or did the defender penetrate to really throw the blocking scheme off for you there on that side? So that being, I thought it was on the 1, but with that being a touchback per se, they get the ball out here.
He fumbled on the 1 and it went into the end zone. That's where he recovered. The lineman tried to get up and run, but he was on his knee when he recovered it. We got a double reverse here off to Wicks Flowers. He's going to be brought down. Centurions read it well. Copenhagen, Dupes, and Patrick all on the tackle.
Yeah, Copenhagen there with a lot of steam ahead. He just made a turnover, and now he's presented with an opportunity to return the favor. So he is definitely out there looking to cause havoc here at the linebacker position.
4-yard gain for Wicks Flowers. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Wildcats. Ball on their 24-yard line. Royalty is going to keep, runs to the right, and he is going to be slowed down by Gunnar McKinley, then brought to the ground by McCade Batcher. Nope, by Sam McCowan. McCade Batcher back there as well.
You have to attribute that play to Gunnar McKinley. I watched him from the snap there at that defensive end position. He held steady at his position. He kept his outside arm free, and he actually pushed the lineman back into the backfield to really slow the momentum of that play. and got him off of him and actually got in there and helped assisted with the tackle there. So just great defensive end play. That's textbook. That's how you draw it up, and that's how you make sure that the runner's not getting a full head of steam and not getting any positive yardage.
5-yard loss, 3rd and 11. Ball's on the ground, bad snap. Royalty picks it up and just lets it fly, and somehow Wicks Flowers catches it, but it's not going to be enough for a first down. Wicks Flowers got sandwiched on that tackle while he was up in the air, and he is, boy, I tell you, as soon as he got up, he started to run to the sideline. He pointed to the sideline, threw his helmet off, and they're looking at him right now. That ball was in the air, and he was sandwiched by 2 of the Centurion players.
Flag in the backfield.
And a flag in the backfield.
Yeah, and I know the coaches are upset right now, but that definitely was not a head-to-head. It looks like he kind of ran into the shoulder pads of the Centurion defender. His momentum as the receiver actually carried him into it. So that's why there was no flag there on the play. And it happened so quickly, it's easy to think that one of the Centurion's defenders may have given a head-to-head shot.
There is a flag in the backfield. Coach Wright of Henry County is not happy at all. He is still John with the official. Coach Wright in his 5th season, 16-13 through the year, and boy, he is not happy. And when you have a player go down like that, you're never happy. And we are praying for the best for this young man.
Yeah, and
he is up and walking off the field on his own, and that is good to see.
Yeah, and he bounced right back up initially after the hit. But then he decided, hey, I'm not sure if I can make it over to the sideline. So definitely glad to see him walking off on his own.
Boy, and add to the pain, that flag that was down was a holding penalty on Henry County. So it was going to be 4th and about 8. Centurions take the penalty to push it back even farther. It's going to go all the way back. Where are they going to set that? I believe that is like the 6-yard line. Yep, they're going to move it up to the 8. So it's going to be 3rd and 22.
And the Centurions have to stay aggressive, because I've seen situations like this, Mike, where when a team is down and their coach is fired up, it lights a spark, and they want to go out and make something happen. So the defense here needs to continue to be aggressive and pin their ears back and stop any positive plays.
Royalty looking to the left. He starts to throw. He's going to be hit and brought down. Fumble, and recovering is the Centurions. Going in is Gunnar McKinley, but I think they're going to say he was down. But I'm going to tell you, he lost that ball on the way down. But the officials are going to give a break, I think, to Henry County here.
Yeah, he definitely had the ball out. You know, the whole sidelines was yelling ball, and they was able to pick it up there, but the officials ruled him down. But what you do like to see there, and so happy to see, is that the pressure, it looked like there for a moment that he was going to have the ability to throw the ball there, Royalty, but just closing in on him very quickly were a couple of Centurion defenders there to bring him down.
I tell you, they had his arm pinned to his body and the ball was out, but it doesn't happen. Royalty with the kick on the punt. It's going to hit about the 50, and it's going to be rolled to the 46 of the Centurions. About a 45-yard punt when all said and done. They're going to move it back directly to midfield, so make it a 42-yard punt, and that's where the Centurions will take over with 3:33 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Great defensive stand there. A lot of tenacity, just the ability to get in there and make those kind of plays is definitely a good sign. This defense has been really aggressive here in the second half.
So Centurions take over at midfield. I believe that is Isaac Patrick in the backfield now. It's going to be play action. He's looking. Going to be complete on the far side. Easton Messer breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle. He's off to the races, cuts back inside, and it's going to be a touchdown. Messer should have been tackled at the 30, and he somehow, we've seen it though, I don't know why I say somehow, we see it week after week. It's just become the norm that he breaks a bunch of tackles and gets a long touchdown reception.
Not surprised at all. And that's what I've been saying all game. You've seen these defenders try to cover him one-on-one, and that's not what you want to do with a player like that. You're going to have to put a safety on top. You're going to have to teach them the technique to jam him at the line. They're giving him a 5-yard cushion and allowing him to just roam. And once he gets that ball in space, he's dangerous. And we talked about the differences, too, between being speedy and being quick. He's both. He is speedy and he is quick, and he has the ability to make people miss. So great play there for the score.
Centurions go up 33-6. And they're all taking a knee right now. I'm not sure what is going on. It looks like there must be a player down. He's on the far side. We can't see him. All I can see is the trainer kneeling down over there looking at somebody. And the players are blocking our view, so I have no idea who it is.
Yeah, it definitely looks to be a injured player there for Henry County.
52, number 7.
So that it was number 7 of Henry County. It's Ray Matthews, a freshman. But boy, back to that Messer play. He caught it. He got by one. One of the defenders held Messer up long enough for 2 or 3 others to get over to him, and somehow he avoided those 2 or 3 that were coming over him at full speed.
Yeah, his strength. We saw a lot on display there. The ability to be aggressive with his hands and catch the ball, kept his legs moving, evading tacklers, and just really good footwork to tiptoe down that sideline and got in the end zone with ease. And I was wondering before I saw the kicking team come out if they would just try to go for the go run an offensive play, especially considering what happened on the previous extra point.
And it looks like they're going to kick, though. It is Barrickman to hold, Cornett to kick. Good hike, ball's down, kick is up, and kick is good. So after the missed kick on the last extra point, Centurions able to kick this one through, and they go up 34-6 with 3:20 to go here in the third quarter.
The Cowboys golf team had an exciting finish to this week's Region 6 championship. Senior Matthew Trotman's 60-foot chip on the 18th hole forced a playoff and sealed the Centurions' regional title. The team will advance down to the KHSAA State Tournament in Bowling Green October 7th through the 9th and are one of the top contenders for the state title.
And what a round that was. Centurions team down by 11 strokes on I think the 13th hole, or 13 strokes on the 11th hole. Came back in a 60-foot chip. Troutman ties it. They win in overtime, basically. And what a great way to win that state title. It isn't overtime. I'm thinking football. It was a playoff.
I was like, I'm learning a lot here tonight.
South Oldham, St. X, and the Centurions. And, boy, I tell you, you're beating St. X, you're beating Trinity in that region to come out as champions. That is a great feat for that golf team.
Yeah, congratulations to them.
That was a one-play, 8-second drive that covered 50 yards for the Centurions as they go up 34-6. Ball's going to be taken at the 10 and coming straight up after taking that's Morgan Wilson. He's going to get out to the 22. Wicks Flowers, who went out injured on that last series for Henry County, is usually the return man. He was not in there for that.
Yeah, great tackle there, too, by Chase Guerin. You know, we're seeing a lot of plays in the kicking game where the defenders are not allowing them to evade any of the first tacklers.
34-6 Centurions, 3:14 to go here in the third quarter. Mike Botello, Draper Hall with the action. Glenn Franklin, video maestro on camera again tonight. First and 10 from the 22 for Henry County. Royalty is going to keep it, and this time he's going to get a little bit of yardage, more than he has previously.
And you got to think down 34-6. What are you going to do, right? You know, are you still sticking with the game plan, or are you just going to be a little bit more cautious, especially with some of the hits that we've seen over the last couple plays with your quarterback? And as a coach, that's one thing that I will keep an eye on, and I will be worried about in allowing him to, run with the football.
Well, he's running it again. It was a 7-yard gain last time, 2nd and 3, and he's going to get the first down. Those are maybe the two most efficient, effective runs by the Wildcats tonight. Make it a first down.
Well, I know their goal is seems like at this point it's just to continue to run the ball. But I have to believe that they can find a better way to run the ball than putting their quarterback, Sam Royalty, at the helm to be able to lead that charge.
First and 10. Royalty hands off to the second man through. I thought he handed off to Hardy, but actually handed off to Nathan Corum, who got back to the line and maybe a yard on that play.
This is where the offseason pays off, Mike, and what I mean by that is when you're running those 110s in the summers and all those sprints, the coaches always talk about how you finish games, whether you're ahead or whether you're not. The endurance and the conditioning of your team really plays huge dividends, and this defense is really demonstrating that on tonight with their effort here in the second half.
Empty backfield. Royalty keeps around right side, and he's got some room, and he's going to pick up 9 yards for the first down. Copenhaver with the tackle, but not before another first down for Henry County.
Usually I would say a team is committed to the run. They are, but it seems like they're certainly committed to Sam Royalty running the ball. So as we work here on this first down, it's almost one of the situations where you put one of those linebackers as a spy. Wherever he goes, you go, and that's your sole objective, is to make sure that he does not get beyond the first level and you securing the tackle.
First and 10 for Henry County. Hardy to the left. Royalty's going to keep it again. They are committed to Royalty. You are right. He's going to get about a 3-yard gain. Out to the 45. It'll be 2nd and 7. Nathan Carlisle on the tackle for the Centurions.
And the clock continues to run. And I got to believe that Royalty, by the way he's walking, he may be questioning the play calling himself.
He is hurting a little bit out there. Ball to the 45. Make it a 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 8. And Royalty's keeping it again. And he is going to be hit in the backfield, able to squirm his way up for another 2-yard gain. Sam McCown grabbing him and hanging on and slowing him down to waiting for some other Centurions to come get him.
And one thing to watch for when you have a runner, it's just kind of like the old video games. They keep running. At some point, that ball may squirt out of there. You know, so many hits taken. They're fighting and clawing for the ball, so they continue to run that play, run Royalty left, run Royalty up the middle, or run Royalty to the left. We just might see one come out.
I tell you, you're right there. I am shocked that they are just letting him continue to run. Hardy's been very effective tonight, and Royalty hadn't. Royalty's a lot more effective right now for some reason, but and they've run 6 running plays in this series, and I think they've all been with Royalty.
Yeah, one of the reasons why they're having success is they've put another back up toward the line of scrimmage there, you know, sort of like a B back. Normally they've been operating out of the shotgun, and they've had a single back or a double back to the left or to the right. Now they've scooted that other back up right there behind the heels of the lineman to get that extra block of protection, and just that small little adjustment there in the offensive set has allowed for them to get those tough yardage there, but at what cost, right? If you're Royalty, you know, either you're asking for that ball, or I got to believe you're like, okay, there's definitely other opportunities where we can get positive yardage there in the run game.
It is 3rd and 6. I got to believe they're going to go for it. This is 2-down territory for them as much as they're down, even though they're on their side of the field. They're just short of midfield. Now Royalty's got 2 backs back there with him. And he's going to pass. Looks like he's going to pass now. Throws it out in the flat to Hardy. And Hardy just runs straight forward, then out of bounds. He does not get the first down. He's going to be about 2 yards short.
Yeah, so watch here the adjustment. You know, I just talked about that in the shotgun. You have those 2 backs on both sides. And let's just see if they move one of them up closer to the line of the scrimmage, sort of an offset back type of offense with the halfback. And if so, then we know it's going to be Royalty left, Royalty up the middle, or Royalty to the right.
Now we do know it's 4th and 2. 2 backs flank Royalty in the backfield again. He's back to pass. He's looking long. Now he's going to throw a little wheel route. He's got Hardy. Hardy trying to go all the way. Copenhagen catches up with him and brings him down about the 5, but not before about a 40-yard completion. But we have a flag all the way back at the 50, and Henry County is walking back.
Yeah, it looks like a whole play because I saw one of Centurion's defensive guys there on Royalty's left side, not able to really get in there and knock that ball out. So that's definitely in the area where there's a holding call. But good play design, and that's really the first time I've seen Royalty all night. He's been really eyeing the receivers. He takes that quick look to the side to where he's going to throw it, and I've noticed that tendency here all tonight, except for that play. I don't know if it was a situation where he actually did that, looked to the side to where it was going to pass. It was great coverage, and he looked off, but it certainly looked like a design play there with the wheel route from the running back out of the backfield.
Boy, that hurts the Wildcats. It helps the Centurions. It goes from 4th and 2 all the way to 4th and looks like about 13 as the ball goes back to the 40-yard line.
Kick or you go for it?
This is a big question right here. Do you think they'll jump back to that punting formation as Royalty usually takes about 4 steps back? I think they're going to go for it, though. So do the Centurions, and yes, they are going for it. Looking to throw, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield. Sam McCowan, I believe, along with Nathan Carlisle with the sack of Royalty, and he had no time whatsoever. Centurions will take over on downs.
Yeah, they thought that the Centurions were playing off with soft coverage, but a really good play design there, by the defense. They appeared to be back in the soft coverage, and they just kind of had that delayed rush, and just not enough men to really block that delayed rush. And as you saw as a result, a negative yardage play, and you certainly did not put your defense in a good position here to have productivity.
Centurion ball at the 32-yard line. Before we go any farther, Coach Wright wants a timeout to talk to his defense of Henry County. Centurion's a great field position, golden opportunity to score another touchdown.
The Lady Centurion soccer team celebrated one win this week with a 2-1 victory over Male on Saturday, but unfortunately fell 4-0 to Elizabethtown last night. They will compete in the KHSAA 28 district tournament beginning next week. Good luck, girls soccer.
Well, as we get to the district tournament starting to begin in girls soccer and volleyball, all those fall sports, that also means basketball is just around the corner. And I know they are, both Coach Hill and Coach Pridemore, looking for great season from the men and the women's basketball teams this year.
Yeah, I've seen them both work really, really hard in preparation for the season, and they got a lot of great talent on both sides, both men and women.
1st and 10, play action. Ball gets out to Messer right at the line of scrimmage. He goes right, cuts back to the left, has the first down, finally knocked out of bounds at the 20. Make it a 13-yard gain.
And usually I use this term in basketball, breaking ankles, but I'm starting to see a lot of that tonight with Easton Messer. Most of these defenders are lunging for him, trying to stop his momentum, but he is certainly breaking some ankles out there on tonight and causing those defenders to miss. So, great footwork there, and he's getting up the field for positive yardage.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line of Henry County for the Centurions. Double backfield. Play action again. Hodge looking to throw. Going to lob it for the end zone. It's going to be over the head of Adam Ballard. In fact, out of the back of the end zone, I believe. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Great protection there by the offensive line. They really gave Cole Hodge the time he needed to make his reads and try to find an open receiver.
You know, the play action was Isaac Patrick. He went straight into blocking mode. Had nobody to block. Nobody got through the offensive line. He just kind of looking in space there.
Well, he was prepared. I'll tell you that much. If there were going to be somebody to block to protect this QB, he was certainly there in the right position. So just looks like Henry County is in a position where they're going to play back and just kind of stop the passing attack. So I would expect a run here.
Patrick and Robinson in the backfield. Hand off to Patrick. He's going to plow his way up the middle, gets across the 15 to the 14-yard line. 6-yard gain will be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, just the ability to read that defense, you know. From my view, if you have 6 or 7 defenders, they're playing back off, a great opportunity to run, especially considering the amount of success that you've had in the running game here in this game.
2nd and 4 for the Centurions. Hodge in the shotgun with Patrick to his right. Messer is out to the right side. Hodge going to roll to the left. He's running. He's going to cut up field. He's going to get down to about the 10-yard line, just past it. Should be enough for the first down.
Yeah, and if I know any better, Mike, that quarterback run play was designed to create more space in the field, like more in the open side of the field toward the bench, and they have Easton Messer on a one-on-one coverage on that side of the ball. So we'll see if they come back to that play here on the short side of the field, especially in the shotgun formation.
1st and goal from the 10. Hodge back to pass, straight drop, fires it. Hits Messer on the crossing route. Messer cuts up, and he is going to be in for the touchdown. You called it again, Draper. That's why you're the analyst in this crew.
Hey, you watch enough football, and you just kind of do what the defense is giving you. And right there, a great design. That play before was a setup, right? We wanted to create more space on the wide side of the field, come back with your best receiver, get him more space, and allow him to operate, and you know he's going to finish the play, got across the goal line.
Dylan Cornett in to kick again. Barrickman on the hold. Ball's down, kick is up, and kick is good. And Centurions with 9:36 to go in the game go up 41-6.
The Cal field hockey team shut out at their end 6-0 earlier in the week. The Centurions hoped to continue their winning streak last night, but fell short 3-5 to Sacred Heart. They will be on the road next Tuesday at Collegiate.
That was a 5-play, 2-minute, and 1-second drive covering those 33 yards, ending in the second touchdown pass from Hodge to Messer tonight. This one only 10 yards, not a 50-yarder, not a big one like Messer usually gets. This one was just 10 yards. Then as Draper called it, a nice little crossing pattern and able to maneuver his way into the end zone to put the Centurions up 41-6 with 8:56 to go in the game.
And what's going to be critical here, too, you know, at this juncture, we've talked about it. Fortunately, the last couple of weeks, we've had a pretty sizable lead. You know, those learnings on the back end for the depth, you know, as you get ready for to start to ramp up things for the playoffs. Those are the things that you want to take into account, giving those guys opportunities and the ability to make plays.
Oh, this is a high, short kick. It's going to be taken by Gillingham. He is just running east to west. Now he cuts upfield. He's going to be brought down by Chase Guerin as he gets it to the 32-yard line. That's where Henry County will start their drive here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and we've called Chase Guerin's name here on the last couple of plays. I mean, he's doing a really good job of just reading where the runner is coming, and they fielding that ball there and just making some really, really nice tackles here on the last couple of kicks there.
First and 10 for Henry County. Royalty who ran the ball numerous times. And there's a fumble on the ground, and Royalty is going to recover and just fall on it. Trying to get in there quickly to jump on top of it was Andrew Dupes. Almost beat Royalty to the ball. Bad snap or a mishandled snap by Royalty, and that's going to make it a 6-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 16.
Yeah, just continue to stay aggressive if you're the Centurions here. I know you're up pretty big right now at this point in the game, but just continue to work on those techniques, those simple things, right? Those gap reads, your hand placement, attacking the ball at the line of scrimmage, and just playing really great coverage there on the back end.
Hand off to Hardy. Goes off right tackle. He was hit originally by Copenhaver. And a couple more yards, and we have a flag down.
Yeah, a little bit of extra activity here right in front of the referee. You know, you admire the toughness, but we certainly want to do it in the right way. And we saw Samuel McCurran there, the junior, little extracurricular activity there after the last play by shedding one of those offensive guys off, you know, after the whistle.
Personal foul against the Centurions. Well, that'll be a big one marked off, 15-yarder, first down for Henry County. Moves the ball out to the 47-yard line. Hand off to Hardy again. Tries to get outside on the right side. He is going to be hit by Isaac Patrick and Gavin Copenhaver. He's going to get about 3 yards. They'll make it 2 yards. They're going to put it to 49.
One thing I hadn't seen a lot tonight is bringing that extra pressure there from the linebacker core. You know, all season we've really seen them at certain spots in the game, regardless of whatever the opponent is giving them, you know, from a stats perspective in the run game. We just hadn't seen a lot of that. More of this is a read and run type situation.
2nd and 8. Hardy to the left side this time. Now he turns it upfield, but he's going to get nowhere. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. And I'm telling you, there's no less than 5 Centurions in on that tackle.
I just can't tell you how impressed I am with this defensive end play. I mean, on both sides of the ball, you know, the ability not allow you to get, you know, blocked there on that end, keep up that pressure, and allow your teammates to come. So, like I tell all the guys all the time, you have the ability to impact the play without your name being called on the loudspeaker for making the tackle. And those are the things that go unnoticed, but that's the dirty work. Those are the things that really set your team up to have the ultimate success. Everyone has a job, and out there on that end, you have to control the line of scrimmage, and you cannot allow those runners to get out there, and you cannot afford to be reach blocked by a tight end or an offensive tackle.
Well, that would be Gunnar McKinley and Andrew Dupes. Hand off to Corum. He goes straight up the middle before he is brought down. That's going to bring up about a 4th and 5.
And we're seeing a level of physicality. You know, people are coming in and not afraid to stick their nose in there and really hunt down that football. So when you start to think about great defensive units, they have the ability to create turnovers, and they also have a certain type of toughness, right, that they bring to the game. And we're definitely starting to see that here with this team as the season continues to progress.
4th and 5 for Henry County. Royalty tries to draw the Centurions offside, but there is no go with that. Now he takes it, hands off to Corm, and Corm's going to get close to it. I can guarantee you, being in Henry County, he's going to get it. That's just part of being on the road, and that's not Henry County. And it's going to be a first down.
Well, you know they have to see these guys around town or something like that, so you want to kind of give them the benefit of the doubt.
I mean, he was close. He was close and maybe even had it. But you know when you're that close, you're going to get it when you're on the road. And we got a player down on the field for Henry County. Boy, we've seen a lot of players go down tonight on both sides.
And I got to see if is that the quarterback? I don't see him over here with the rest of the go. Oh, I see the quarterback. Nope, it's not him.
I was going to say he wouldn't even been on that play. He handed off and just kind of watched it from the backfield.
After an early week cancellation, the Lady Centurions volleyball team got the W last night, defeating Oldham County 3-1. The team will be back in action next Monday night at home versus North Bullitt. And you're right. We have seen quite a few players go down tonight. You know, we talked about the physicality of the defense, and we've seen a little bit of that physicality as well, you know, from Henry County. And at this juncture of the season, teams are very competitive. They've gotten sort of in the rhythm, and they've really maintained a level of physicality and attention to detail when it comes to making sure you're attacking the defender. And even as an offensive player, you're taught to really just kind of be aggressive as you're facing some of these tougher opponents in district play.
We have 5:55 to go here, 41-6 Centurions. Henry County on the drive right now. Again, next week Centurions home against DeSales. Then they go on the road against Western Hills for their last district game. Western Hills 1-4 on the year. And then Centurions come home. Final game of the season, October 29th, is against Eastern High School. Usually the opening game, one of the first few opening games of the year. This one time it's last game of the year. And they'll be taking on Eastern, and then district play begins the next week. Let me take a look at who that is. That's the young man who's put some hits on the Centurions tonight, Ty Whalen, who's, man, he has been a strong tackler on the defensive side, strong lineman for them as well. So he was down on the ground for a little while, but boy, he was walking off. And he's one of those guys, the way he plays on defense, he walked out with no trainer around him. I'm saying he's walking off the field. I'm sure he's just saying, I don't need anybody. I'm okay. Just leave me alone.
Yep, that mental toughness, yeah. And you can see him, you know, walking off on his own, appearing to be fine, and just not happy with what he's seeing here on tonight.
1st and 10 at the Centurion 42 for Henry County. Hand off to Corm again. This time he gets back to the line of scrimmage before McCown and Dupes and Copenhagen all bring him down.
And I like what I'm seeing, too, out of this linebacker core, you know, from the Centurions. They have this drill that they normally do in practice. It's called the mirror drill, right? So as a defender, you're trying to mirror the action of the running back. They take that first step, you take that first step. You've always been taught to play the run first, and that really allows you to get in there and have great penetration and stop that run when you're mirroring the action that you're seeing of the offensive player. So been watching that footwork a little bit tonight and just really have been impressed.
2nd and 10 for Henry County. Hand off to Corm again, and this time he's going to be met in the backfield. Gunnar McKinley, we were talking about the defensive ends. He beat everybody to it. Chase Guerin joining in on the tackling party, and that's about a 5-yard loss.
Hey, one of the terms that they use is, hey, holding it down. These ends are definitely holding it down tonight. They're not letting up any ground. They're being very physical, and I just can't help but to talk about how well they're playing that position.
3rd and 14 for the Wildcats. Back to pass is Royalty. Now he's going to run. He's trying to go up the middle. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage before he's brought down. Dupes Copenhagen in on the tackle.
Great coverage there on the back end. He was going through his reads, going through his progressions there, but the defense just did not have it on that play. They had really good coverage on the back end with some of those tight ends and receivers when they're running those seam routes, couple of slants, and no really big goals. So not a lot of confidence there that they can have the big strike ability, more short plays in the passing game.
4th and 10, back to throw on the little wheel route off to the side again. Corm gets it. He didn't get behind the defenders, but he had an open spot about 5 yards down the field, and he's going to get the first down.
That play's been pretty successful for them tonight, and I just got to pay more close attention to what we're not recognizing or seeing when that running back just comes there out of the backfield to run that real wide. Usually the safety, they're taught to watch the deepest back, in these type of situations. So I have to pay more attention to that. But that's definitely been two plays where they've had probably the most positive yardage here all night.
1st and 10 for Henry County. Hand off to Corum again. He goes up the middle, and he's going to be met by Chase Guerin and Batcher. And it's going to be no gain. It'll be 2nd down. Trenton Hardy, a running back all night for this Henry County team, sitting down over here on the bench, helmet off. Just kind of looking on. Make it actually about a 1 yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 9. It has been Corum left, Corum right, Corum receiving the pass. Now it's going to be the quarterback. And running straight up the middle is Royalty, and he's going to get about 5 yards on the play.
What's interesting to me in Royalty in his runs, I mean, especially in these short down and distance, as he's running and getting to the line of scrimmage, he almost does a sudden spin move. There's too many white jerseys around to be doing the spin move. You got to go straight ahead if you're going to try to get extra yardage to fight for those tough yards. You got to keep those shoulder pads low and keep going north and south.
Hand off to Corum again. Goes off right tackle. I do not believe he's going to get the first down, so another 4th down situation. This will be the 3rd 4th down situation for Henry County on this drive. They've obviously been successful on the other 2.
And they were 0 for 1 for 4th down in the first half, so they've definitely found a way to make some adjustments and try to get those extra yards. But I look forward to a big stand right here on this 4th down. This is where you make a statement as a defensive team.
Corum to just the right of Royalty. Takes a snap. Royalty is going to keep. Tries to power his way up the middle. It's going to depend on the mark. He was close, and turns are pointing their way. Let's see where the spot is. We have not seen the official designation as of yet. And there's going to be a measurement, I believe. Needless to say, it was a very good spot.
And it doesn't appear to be even anywhere close to being a first down, but I guess they'll allow them the opportunity, especially in a game like this, to see if they were able to get it done. You know, we talked about earlier the dip here, like in the field, so they're not on that area of the field, so that's not going to play into their favor here, especially with this short 4th down.
Here comes the chains.
Can't see it. Players in the way.
They gave him an excellent spot, but I'm still not sure if it's going to be enough. And it's Centurion ball. They held them on downs. So with 1:28 to go, Centurions are going to take over on the 18-yard line of Henry County.
It was 1 win and 2 losses for the Cowboys soccer team this week. They shut out the Holy Cross 8-0 Monday night, but fell 2-1 to rival DeSales the following night. The Centurions celebrated their 7 seniors last night, but fell short of the win versus Highlands Latin. They will compete in the 28 district tournament starting next week. Good luck, Cowboys soccer.
Centurions break huddle. New quarterback Adam Ballard in at quarterback for the Centurions. Hands off. Running off right side for the Centurions, Reed Jeffries, and he gets a first down on a 12-yard gain.
I like Reed Jeffries' burst. I know he's had an opportunity a couple times in games this season. He gets in there, and his first step is really good. He takes the handoff very clean, and he gets a full steam ahead. So I like to give him the ball back here on this play to kind of run the clock out.
Plus last week, first interception on the defensive side. Ballard's going to keep, throws a pass up in the air. He's going to overthrow. He was out there going for Bryce Wilson, the freshman.
Yeah, and that's a tough pass, especially for the defender burying down, your face and having to throw that ball without getting your feet set. Just glad that he was able to just get it out of there and not have another turnover here on tonight, because there was a defender right there around the ball.
Under a minute to go in the game. Malachi Ember splits far out to the left side. Ballard takes the snap, fires a pass over on the far side. It's going to be completed, and missing a couple tackles and making some sweet moves, Nate Heidenreich on the far side to get up for the first down.
Yeah, it looks like Heinrich and Easton Messer has been taking that same class, how to break ankles, because that was definitely an elusive play there toward the Centurion sideline.
It's the ball out to the 47, the second first down of this drive, led by Adam Ballard, his first time at quarterback this year. Heinrich splits to the right side. Heinrich goes in motion, gets the handoff, now cuts up the middle, cuts back, gets to the outside. He's going to have the first down, finally brought down by Jacob Cummings, but not before he gets 11 yards on the play. It's the play they used earlier where Heinrich fumbled it, so it came back to him on that play.
Yeah, and a lot of people are usually running, okay, you're up 41-6, why are you continuing to run plays? But these kids, they work so hard during practice in the week, and they just don't have, the reps, the opportunities to really get that game time experience. And as a coach, you reward that. You reward that type of work. You reward that type of activity and just that positivity for them to want to go out and really just, make some positive contributions to the team.
Embers to the right. Ballard back to pass. Here comes pressure. Ballard somehow avoids about 2 or 3 of them, but he can't get through all 5 or 6 of them. And he is finally brought down by Brody Staples. And I believe that is going to be the game. Centurions come away with a 41-6 victory. Another impressive outing. And we'll be back to wrap it all up for you in about 1 minute. Welcome back, Centurion football, where Centurions come away with a 41-6 victory tonight over the Henry County Wildcats. And I must say, it's always good to beat a team with the nickname Wildcats, so we're excited about that. But Centurions started tonight and looked like they were going to run away with this game the way they dominated their first 2 series. They took the opening kickoff, and 4 plays later, it was an 11-yard run by Gavin Copenhaver, 1 of 3 touchdown runs for him tonight. Oh, we got one more play. Oh, this is going to be McKinley Painter is in the game. A young man at Henry County with Down syndrome. And they are handing him the ball off at the 40, and he is going to break through and run all the way for a touchdown. He slams the ball in the end zone, and the Henry County team comes around him and gives him a big hug. What a great thing that was.
That's awesome.
I love the spike at the end of it, man.
Yeah.
He went to the end zone. He just grabbed the ball, spiked it down for his touchdown run.
Absolutely.
So that was great to see.
See, these are the parts of the game right here that most people don't get a chance to see. So it's really, really great. Just good teamwork there to allow him an opportunity to go out and accomplish something like that.
Centurions, as we said, come away 41-6 victory as the teams meet at midfield. They had that opening drive, 11-yard run by Copenhaver, put the score 7-0. Henry County got the ball, did get 3 first downs in their opening drive, but then gave it over on downs to the Centurions at their 17. And it only took 2 plays to score this time, and it was a 68-yard run by Gavin Copenhaver, his second of 3 touchdowns in that first half. That made it 14-0. Henry County next time had to punt. It was a 3 and out. Then Centurions got 3 first downs in their next drive, but then it was an interception by Staples of Henry County that gave them the ball at the 36, and they drove for their only touchdown of the game. It was a 22-yard pass to Wicks Flowers from Royalty. They missed the extra point. It was 14-6 Centurions. but they answered and answered quickly. Kickoff run back of 56 yards by Nate Heidenreich put the ball at the Henry County 14. 2 plays later, it was a 9-yard run by Cole Hodge. Centurions are up 21-6, and that is how the first half ended. Henry County got the opening kickoff in the second half. It was a 3-and-out, and they punted. Centurions took over, though, as the punt was tipped. Centurions took over at the 21-yard line of Henry County. 4 plays later, it was a 3-yard run by Gavin Copenhaver, his 3rd touchdown of the evening. Centurions went up 27-6 as they missed the extra point, their first miss of the year in that column. And then Henry County threw an interception. Isaac Patrick with an interception, returned it 15 yards to the Henry County 40. Centurions drove all the way down to the 1-yard line of Henry County, and it was a handoff to Copenhaver, who got hit, fumbled the ball at the 1. It went into the end zone, recovered by Henry County, and they brought it out to their 20. They were then forced to punt. Centurions got it at the 50-yard line, and it was one play. It was a 50-yard touchdown pass to Eason Messer from Cole Hodge. Centurions are up 34-6. Henry County gave it over on downs the next time. Centurions took over at the Henry County 33, seeing a theme of great field position tonight for the Centurions. And this time it was a 5-play drive that ended on another touchdown pass to Messer from Hodge. This time the 10-yard variety. Extra point was good. Centurions come away with a 41-6 victory. Draper, you got the stats for us for tonight?